You're perfect as you are. You don't need fixing. There's nothing wrong with you, but you can choose to be even more. That's what we're about over here. Welcome to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast hosted by me, Michaela J. Get ready to dive into an action-packed, bougie-based, and spiritually guided experience on all things manifesting your next level Lux life. Let's go. Hey, gorgeous. Welcome back to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast with your girl. It is I, the Michaela J, here to teach you how to manifest your next level Lux life. Happy Wednesday. I am going to just ramble today about some things that have been on my mind. We're going to talk a little bit about money. We're going to talk a little bit about being Delulu. We're going to talk a little bit about ego and limiting beliefs. I just want to share with you some things that have been on my mind recently because I feel like they're important conversations to have. So we're just going to shove them all together. But before we dive in, have you heard I am hosting a retreat in August and we are going to not one, but two different countries. Holy shit, I'm so excited. Okay. For one, we are going to Greece. And for two, we are going to Italy. Okay. Think Greece, think like hummus and olive oils and the ocean and boating and dreamy pool views. I don't know. And then for Italy, think like fashion, city, chic, gelato, wine tasting. Like, oh my gosh. On top of daily coaching sessions, we are going to have the best time at the Europe retreat. I am so excited. And it is actually going to be my last retreat for the foreseeable future, which is crazy. So if you've been thinking about, I need to go on an MJ retreat, now is the time. We won't have any in 2026 other than for my clients. So this is the time to jump in. If you have not messaged me, do it now. Pull out your phone, stop driving, stop texting, stop doing whatever you're doing. Message me on Instagram, the word retreat, and I will send you the info. We only have 4 spots left. Okay. So I'm super excited to see who claims these spots. And it might even be less by the time you message me because there's 4 spots at the time of recording. All right. I can't wait to be in Europe. The whole theme is like sisterhood of the traveling pants retreat. I'm so excited. I've been saving inspo for outfits. I've already been like thrifting little outfits. It's just going to be 10 out of 10. So let's get into what have my thoughts been lately? Like what goes on in Michaela's mind? Like what is rattling in this beautiful brain? So for one, I just finished a 2-month one-on-one coaching program with my mentor. It was like one-on-one plus a mastermind situation. And I knew that my contract was about to be up with her. And I had messaged her and I'm like, okay, so now what? Like what's next? And she's running another mastermind and I had reached out about it. And I'm like, well, that doesn't start till later. So like, what do we do now? And I literally told her, I was like, I am not going to be the kind of girl that like unplugs from mentorship. Like I don't want to be that. It's interesting because when I signed up for this one-on-one coaching program, usually when I join a program, I'm thinking like, okay, I want to join with this really specific intention. So like, let's say it's like a health program, like I want to join and I want to build X amount of muscle mass, whatever. Or it's like, if it's a business program, I want to make X amount of money, or I want to set up this funnel, or I want to do this thing. Or if I was working with a podcasting coach, I'd be like, I want to be on 10 podcasts or something. Like there would be a really specific outcome. When I joined this one, the intention was different. I remember I messaged her and I was like, I just want support for Michaela the human. And a big part of that is business, of course. But I was like, I am making so many changes. I'm increasing my standards. I'm changing the way I view myself. I'm just like unleashing myself, talking my shit on the internet. Like this is for me to have support. And I know everything is going to blow up alongside of that. And when you switch from, okay, this is like the specific goal, the specific outcome to like, I'm always going to be winning. It's always going to work. I'm always going to find a way to work my business. I'm always going to find a way to be making more money. I'm always going to be finding a way to get in better shape. I'm always going to be finding a way to improve my relationships, like whatever it is. Like when you shift to knowing you're going to win and wanting support because you deserve support and you desire it and you want somebody to like hold that space for you, what happens is so different. And in these 2 months, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to unplug from that. A lot of people will join a coaching program and then unplug for like 4 months and then circle back and be like, hey, I want to do something with you again. And that's great. That's fine. But like my clients that I've worked with consistently for like years, they get the best results because they don't unplug. A lot of times when you unplug and you have like a little DIY moment, you self-sabotage, you spiral your thoughts more because you don't have that support to like lean back on. Like there's just, you kind of fall out of the momentum sometimes. And I am really focused, like this season of my life, it's like my vibe is staying in the zone. Like that is, 100% of the time I want to be in the zone. And that doesn't mean like, oh, I'm always thinking about work or, oh, I'm always thinking about a certain goal. It's like, no, whatever I am doing, I want to be in the zone with that thing. When I'm at the gym, I want to be in the zone with my workouts. When I'm with my friends, I want to be like so in the zone, so present with them, giving them my full attention and support and love and just having fun and laughing and making memories. You know, when I'm with my husband, like I'm in the zone, focused on our relationship, our marriage, and spending quality time together. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, I don't want to unplug. And so we kind of made this package of like how we're going to continue working together. And I'm not kidding. Like I went from like doing 2 months of coaching to like, now we're locked in for almost like the whole next year, which is like insane. And part of me was like, holy shit, like this is a huge, and I'm not talking like big investment. I'm talking like huge. This is like a huge investment. And I texted my husband and I was like, this feels literally crazy. But like, I also know this is what I want. And I also know where I am going. I know where I'm going. So why I'm telling you all of this is that money follows self-trust. Okay. I actually just did a training last week for one of my programs, and it was literally called Turning Self-Trust into Your Future Trust Fund, because the amount you trust yourself is the amount that money trusts you. The amount you trust yourself is the amount of money you can handle flowing to you. And it's like, okay, well, if I trust myself and go big, then like the results are going to be big. That's what happens every single time. And I text my husband and I was like, I just have to believe in myself even bigger, even more. Like I know where I'm going and I have to trust that I'm actually going to get there. And when you do that, when you up the self-trust, when you up your self-belief, it's no longer scary to make a big investment, to make a huge, to make any investment. Like right now, I'm also learning how to day trade in the stock market, and spending your first $50 feels scary and it feels big because you've never done it before. So it doesn't even matter the actual dollar amount that I'm talking about here, but it's like, when you trust yourself, anything that feels stretchy or a little scary or a little bit like a leap, it no longer feels scary. It now just feels like this is the logical thing because I know where I'm going and I believe in myself and I know that this is the support I want to have alongside of me. And it was such a good reminder for me of like, your self-trust really means everything, because there's always that side of us that's like, well, I don't need it. And I could wait till the next mastermind and I could do this. And like, well, that money could go to this. Like there's always ways that your brain wants to spiral, and that is to keep you safe. And what you have to remind yourself, and what I was reminding myself when making this commitment, is like, well, I am always a safe bet because I'm always going to win. And I also go into this knowing like I'm good, everything's working out, I know what to do. I just want to take shit to the next level and have support on the back end because I want to be in the zone. Like when you know where you are, you know who you are, and you know where you're going, and you actually trust that, you actually believe in that, you will continue to leap over and over and over again. And I think for a long time on my journey, I would leap and then I would like reinstall a new version of me. You know how like your iPhone gets new updates, you have to like reinstall iOS or whatever it is. Yeah, right? So like I would leap and I'd be like, yes, let's go. And then I'd have to like reinstall and I would have like a little lag. But the times that I've had the most quantum leaps are when I stay plugged in and I stay committed and I stay in touch with where I am going and I'm stretching myself every single step of the way. The times that I've like let myself figure it out and take a minute and take a pause is like, things are good, but it's not as fast paced. And this is the thing, like money loves speed. When you're plugged in, you're in the zone, you're staying connected, you're doing things quickly, you're executing quickly because you have the support, you've got the backing. So if you're having a moment, you get to plug in, you get to shift your shit, and then you go take action. Like there doesn't have to be any lag time anymore. Like you've got somebody there to walk the path with you. And so you do things faster, you shift your energy faster, so your frequency is increasing faster, and then you receive faster and in higher amounts. Money loves speed, success loves speed. When we sit on a decision and like that momentum just goes womp, womp, womp. Like it just like fizzles out, you know? And so if you really want to be in the zone and be winning in a really big way in your life, you've got to stay in the zone, foot on the gas. Like, let's go. Let's be in the zone. Let's be here. Let's stretch ourselves. Let's believe in ourselves more. Let's trust ourselves even more. And I remember when I texted my husband, I was like, do you believe in me? And he was like, yeah, I believe in you. I believe in anything that you do. Like, I know that you can do this. I know that you can take things to the next level. Like, I know where you're going alongside you. Like, I'm here with you. Like, let's fucking go. He goes, spend money. He literally goes, spend the money. And I was like, okay, like, let's do something crazy. But it doesn't even feel crazy anymore when you know where you're going and you trust yourself to get there. Okay. I've had so many times where I myself have like taken a break because it's like, well, I don't need it and I could wait. I could spend the money over here and like, let me give my finances a pause. Like I've seen this in so many clients over the years where they're like, okay, I'm going to implement and then I'll circle back with you. And it's the people that stay plugged in that gain success the quickest. You've got to think about it just like working out. I always give examples about working out, but it's such a big piece of my life. It's like, okay, great. Well, what if you do a 12-week bikini body workout plan? And then once that's over, you're like, that was great. Like, let me just give myself a month and I'm just going to like recalibrate, reinstall, and then we'll start again. Like you just lost so much of that momentum that you built and you could just keep going. So that's something that's been on my mind a lot lately. It's like, if you want to increase your receiving and you want to increase the amount of money that you are manifesting, you have to increase your level of self-trust and your level of self-belief. It's not even, I think that having mentorship and having somebody in your back pocket is so useful. It's like I've had it even before I had my business. Literally before my business, I had been in coaching programs because like having that person by your side keeps you accountable, keeps you motivated, keeps you in it, but keeps you thinking in a higher level way. You continue to present yourself in a higher level way. It's like, that's a different conversation. I think that's so important, but also like, we've got to boil it down. Like this is about self-trust and self-belief. Like if you really believed in yourself in that next level way, then you would be doing next level things. You would be doing big, crazy next level things. So if you're not right now and you're not taking it to that level, maybe you've been that person that's plugging in and plugging out and plugging in and plugging out. Like I want to challenge you to look at that. I mean, like if you really trusted where you were going, you really believed in yourself, is that the pattern that you would be creating in your life? Most of the time, the answer is no. Because when you know where you're going, you know what's going to be required of you to get there. You know what it's going to take. And part of that is becoming a new version of yourself. Like this is why I wanted to get a one-to-one coach, because I was making all these shifts and I could just feel myself changing. I remember when I reached out to her, I was like, I just can feel myself changing and upgrading and shifting. And like, I don't need anything, but I just want somebody to be like, let's fucking go, like, and be along my side for the journey. You know, it's like, I know where I'm going. I know what I need to do. And this is going to be an investment for me to hold myself accountable. It's not like she's there being like, did you do this today? It's like, no, I'm holding myself accountable. I don't need an accountability buddy. I don't need somebody to keep me accountable. I keep myself accountable with the things I set up in place in my investment so I can be that person. Because like I said, like, you know what you need to do. You just got to do it, which actually ties really well into the next thing that I want to talk about. I was listening to a podcast, one that I absolutely love and adore, and they have like a call-in element where people can like call in and ask a question, and then they like get to have like a mini phone call conversation on the podcast. And I was listening to somebody who called in, and I don't want to like exactly like say, and not that I'm not going to say anything bad, but I'm just going to be a little bit more discreet, we'll say. Like, if you know me, you can figure it out. But anyways, somebody had called in to ask a question. And they were basically saying like, I need to do this to take my business to the next level. Like I need to go be talking to strangers, handing out flyers, like meeting people. But for some reason, I just can't get myself to do it. He was like, I know what I need to do. I know the results it's going to bring for me. Like, I know that I need to push through. I know I need to have discipline around it. Like, I know. He said it like, I know probably like 100 times. He's like, but there's something in my head that I just can't get past to get myself to do it. Like, I don't know like what's wrong with me. Like there's something in my head that I just can't get past. And the guy who was talking to was like, well, you need to just go do it. Like if you've listened to the podcast for years, you know what I'm going to say. Like, you know what you need to do. Like you grab the flyers, you walk to the door, like go do it. You've just got to push through. Those times you don't feel like doing it is exactly what's going to build you into the person you need to be to hold the business and to take your company to that next level. Like, I was like, yeah. I know. I need to show up and I know what you're going to say. And I agree with you. And he's like, but there's just this part of me in my head. Like the whole reason why I'm telling you this is like, he just kept coming back to this idea that there's something basically wrong with him. There's something in his head holding him back from taking action when he already knew exactly what he needed to do. And he knew what the person was going to say back to him. And I find this so interesting. And especially as somebody who is a mindset and manifestation coach, I'm like, I know just from hearing what you're saying, I know exactly what's going on in your mind. And there's two pieces. One, there's an element of ego of like, well, I don't want to go do like the grunt work, whatever. And that's not what I want to get into. But there's another piece of this where it's like, well, what's wrong with me? I've got to figure out why there's this block that's stopping me from doing it. And I am all about finding your limiting beliefs and bursting through them, because the longer you have a limiting belief that's telling you can't do this, and the longer that you are entertaining that, the more you're going to be holding yourself back. However, I think people have gotten so into this, like, I need to figure out what's wrong with me, right? So much of like, people get so sucked down this rabbit hole of like, okay, I'm not getting this win because I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing this because of this thing in my head, or this belief about myself, or this resistance. And like, where is it coming from? I don't know where it's coming from, because I know the kind of person I am, where it's like, it's coming from this. And then where does that come? And it's like this whole spiral, right? And like I said, going through your limiting beliefs is super important, because if they're there taking up all of this space in your head where you're not executing, or you're talking poorly to yourself in the mirror, you don't believe in yourself, like that is a very real issue, because you're never going to get where you want to go when that's what's rattling around in your head. But I don't stand for people knowing where they want to go, what they need to do to get there, and knowing that like they just need to push through, and then still not doing it because they're so convinced there's something wrong with them. Let me tell you, there is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. You are a human, so you will have resistance. You will have doubts sometimes. You will have shadows come up. You will have these limiting beliefs come up. You will hear your parents' voice inside of your head. You will hear a shitty ex-boyfriend, what he said about you one time. Like, these things will come up because you're a human. But that does not mean there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean that there is something in you that stops you from moving forward. It means that there's a voice in your head that you have been listening to for far too long, and it's time for you to take the power back. People spend so much time spiraling into figuring out what their limiting beliefs are and where they came from, and they literally won't take action until they get to the bottom of it and clear it and move through it. When you could identify, I have this resistance, I've got this story rattling around in my head, but like, I don't want to choose that. Like, I don't want that to be my reality. I want the outcome. I want my manifestations. I want this desired reality I've been building for myself. I want to make the money. I want to build the business. I want to travel the world. I want to, be in love with my soulmate. I want to do these things. I'm not going to listen to that voice anymore. People spend too much time thinking there's something wrong with them, and they need to figure out what's wrong with them so they can change what's wrong with them, and then they will go do the things. When the whole process is backwards, you realize you have resistance. You push through and you do the damn thing anyways. And you prove to yourself that you can do it. And you prove to yourself that you are more than your thoughts. You are more than your stories. You are more than your self-doubt. You are more than what somebody said to you 15 years ago. And your belief changes. The best way and the fastest way to build confidence is to execute, to say you're going to do something and go and do it. And when you do that over and over and over again, you're going to view yourself differently. You're going to identify differently. And those stories in your head won't matter, because even if they come up, you say, I don't care. I'm going to go do what I need to do anyways. I'm going to go take action. I'm going to go build the life of my dreams regardless. And while listening to this episode, I was getting so frustrated because I was like, this guy needs to book a coaching session with me. I'm like, oh my gosh, because he kept saying like, I agree. I know. Yeah, I know. And I know I just need to do it. And I just need to execute. I just need to, have that discipline and whatever. And it's like, okay, if you know all of that, go do it. Go do it. But people get so clouded by thinking that they're missing something. There's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you. You just need to go execute. You need to stop listening to the stories rattling around in your head that don't support where you want to go. Only entertain the beliefs that support the direction you are moving your life in. Like, be that delusional, okay? Be in your own zone. Which is another thing I wanted to talk about today is like, I posted a silly TikTok about this, but it was like, it had quotations. I was like, that's never going to work. That's not going to work. And then underneath it, it said like, yes, it will. I'm literally crazy. Like, I've been loving that trend online. Yes, it will. I'm literally crazy. Like, you've got to be delusional. You've got to believe in yourself in a next level way. You've got to trust yourself in a next level way. Like, you've got to trust your vision, trust the new beliefs, trust the identity you choose for yourself more than you trust your limiting beliefs and the old stories. More than you trust that not taking action is actually keeping you safe. Because ultimately, with this podcast, like, the guy said he needs to go like hand out flyers for his business. So not handing out flyers keeps you protected from rejection, and because rejection feels unsafe. So if you don't do it, then you don't feel unsafe, right? But then your business doesn't grow, and then you're not making money. And then that's another conversation of safety that people feel. If you just felt safe in yourself and who you are, you trusted yourself and you believed in yourself, that wouldn't even matter. Like, the other people wouldn't matter. You can't control their reactions. You can't control being rejected or not. Like, it wouldn't matter. Even going out in that energy of like, well, I'm going to be rejected. Like, then you're going to like slouch and you're going to look at the floor and you're not going to show up in this energy of like, I trust myself and I trust that I have an amazing business and I trust that my business can change lives. Like, hey, are you interested? Hey, can I tell you about this? And if somebody looked me in the eye and they were like, fuck you, I don't care, I'd be like, okay, have a great day. Hee hee ha ha. Like, you're missing out. Bye. Like, because I trust myself and I believe in myself. And I can so delusionally look in the direction of where I'm going and only support the beliefs and the thoughts and the ideas that align with that. Because if you're not, then you're just betting on your own downfall. At the end of the day, like, people spend so much time digging to find out what's wrong with them, what's missing, what's the root cause, when in that same amount of time, they could have noticed the resistance, noticed the limiting belief, and then chose a different identity. Like, this is the work that we do inside of my program, the Manifestation Effect. It's choosing a new identity. It's noticing what's coming up. It's seeing the stories, noticing how you're reacting to things based off of old limiting beliefs or an old mindset. And then who do you choose to be? Do you choose a different identity? Because when I notice resistance come up for me, I feel the resistance, I notice it, but I don't identify with it. I might have resistance, but like, I'm going to stick to the plan. I'm going to stick to the plan because the plan is where I want to go. I'm going to stick to the thoughts that feel good. I'm going to stick to the thoughts that are me betting on myself. I'm going to stick to the fact that I trust myself and I believe in myself in a big way. And I used to do this. I used to spend like hours and hours and hours journaling about limiting beliefs and digging so deep. And it would always come back to like some of the same childhood memories. And like in those hours I was journaling through all of that, I could have been taking action, building confidence, building self-belief, choosing to trust myself, and then acting that out and building that new identity, and I would have been light years ahead. which is why I do the podcast, so you can go so much faster than me. And it was heartbreaking to hear this conversation where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know what you need to do, you know where you're going, and you're letting the voices in your head keep you in this loop of there's something wrong, there's something wrong, there's something wrong, when there's literally nothing wrong with you. You are perfect as you are, but you also get to decide to hold yourself to a new standard, to create a new identity, to have more self-belief, to delusionally believe in yourself, to be like, it's gonna work because I'm literally crazy. Like, I will do whatever it takes. Like, that is my mindset. You're perfect as you are. You don't need fixing. There's nothing wrong with you, but you can choose to be even more. That's what we're about over here. So listen to that podcast. I was like literally like shaking my steering wheel. I was like, oh my God, this guy, he needs to listen to my podcast. I like this guy. He needs this, right? I think what I really want you to take away from this episode and from all of these kind of thoughts I've been having separately, which is really funny, but they all connect together, is that like, you need to believe in yourself more. You need to trust where you are going and take action that prove you trust where you are going. Quit plugging in and out. That's how you create half manifestations, almost manifestations. If you're stuck in this pattern where you manifest things, but it's only sometimes, you manifest things and then it's like a dry season, that's because you're plugging in and out of things, okay? You've got to be plugged in, be all in on where you're going, believe in yourself, trust in yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't need to spend hours figuring out and digging at what is wrong with you because of your childhood. You need to notice you have resistance, notice your limiting beliefs, take a minute and be like, what is this story going on in my head? Realize it. Okay, I've been entertaining that story for way too fucking long. I'm not doing that anymore. That's not who I choose to be. Choose the new identity you want to have. Take the action that you know you need to take. Take the action that aligns with where you are going. Remind yourself, I believe in myself. I trust myself. I am safe with myself. Move in that direction. Even when it looks like everything's stacked against you. Even when in your body, you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. It feels so wrong. What if I'm rejected? What if I'm this? What if I'm that? Be delusional. Be crazy. It's going to work because it has to work because I'm the one working it. Are you in the zone in that way? This will take your life to the next level. These are the things I've been thinking about to take my life to the next level. It's like, I'm not entertaining bullshit anymore. I'm not overthinking. I'm not doubting myself. I am only spending all of my time and energy being in the zone towards where I want to go with the people that I want to take with me. Okay. Mic drop moment. All right. I would love to hear your thoughts in this episode. Share over on your Instagram stories. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what this activated in you. Tag me on Instagram. I'm at the Michaela J. And while you're over there, you might as well ask for the retreat details. Again, there are only 4 spots left for the Europe retreat. Okay. So I will see you in my DMs. Or if you're like, Michaela, I've been plugging in and out, I need to be in one of your programs. I need to be in one of your one-to-one programs. Message me and we can find what's going to be the perfect fit for you. Okay. I'll talk to you on Monday. Go slay this weekend. Don't entertain bullshit. I believe in you. Trust yourself 10% more and you will see where you land. Okay. Love you. Bye. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to leave a 5-star rate and review. I love hearing your takeaways and wins from the podcast in the review section, so don't forget. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.